أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Welcome to lesson number 61 of our study of Ilm al-Balagha. Alhamdulillah, we started with Ilm al-Bayan. And a new topic that we already have started is Al Hakika wal Majaz. So let's continue with Al Hakika wal Majaz. We already know that we are going to study four main, you can say, topics in Ilm al Bayan: Al Tashbih, Al Hakika wal Majaz, Al Istiara, and Wal Kinaya. We have already learned Al Tashbih in depth, and Alhamdulillah, now we are at Al Hakika wal Majaz. So we already know that what is Al Hakika wal Majaz. We had a little introduction about what is it, and today, inshallah, we are going to have introduction about what is Majaz, what are its type, and also we'll have a few definitions, important definitions that are going to help us in understanding this Hakika wal Majaz. So Al Hakika is whatever there is when there is literal meaning involved, and that is something became true or real and has been used in its literal or true meaning. And we have seen this example like Raitu Asadan fi hadikatil hayawanat. See, I saw a lion in the zoo. So here, lion is used in its real meaning. And then we have this majaz, and majaz is when a word is not used in its original meaning, not in its literal meaning, but it is borrowed to express another meaning, and that is called majaz. So it can be, you can call it a figurative or metaphorical meaning. So here, see the example: Ra'aytu asatan fil mi'raka. So here I saw a lion on the battlefield. So here lion is referring to a brave man and not the actual animal. So that is the majaz. So we also done few more examples relating the majaz, and then we have the Arabic definition for the majaz, that it is هو اللفظ المستعمل في غير ما وضع له لعلاقة, and we learn about two main words: علاقة and قرينة. لعلاقة مع قرينة مانعة من إرادة المعنى السابق, a word that is used in its foreign context with there being a connection between the two words to signal that there is a metaphor. Also, there is a karina, there is a link that prevents the statement from taking its literal meaning. So, inshallah, we are going to go into depth of these karina and alaka, and we also done this beautiful example of yaj'aluna sabihum fi azanihim from Surah Baqarah, that here the fingers were actually used in its metaphorical meaning. So, what is majaz? We are going to study about the types of the majaz. So, Iqsam al majaz, there are two types of majaz: majaz al lughwi and majaz al aqali, that we are going to learn. And then we have the majaz lughwi that has also two types: al istiara and al majaz al mursal. These are the two things that we are going to learn. First, we know that there are two types of, you can say, these meanings that we can take. It can be the hakiki, the real meaning, and there is then the majazi meaning. And if you're talking about the majaz, then we have again two types of majaz, and that is majaz al-lugwi and majaz al-aqli. So here also, then we will, obviously, we are going to learn about istara and Mujaz Mursal. That will come under Majaz al Lugwi. So, Majaz al Lugwi is a word that has been used out of its modulahu, that means in it from its original meaning. And it is just like, you can say, it is not in its original meaning, and that is why we are calling it Majaz. So it is just a word that is used in a way that is different from its original meaning. that is completely different from its original meaning, and the meaning it created was for, or you can say the modulahu, and that is its original meaning. And what is istiara? Istiara is, we can say it is a metaphor. It is a majaz, where the relationship, we know that the relationship means alaka, between the original meaning, between the hakiki meaning, and the new meaning, that is the majaz, is based on the similarity. There is a mushabiha. That means there is a similarity, there is a mushabiha between the original meaning and the new meaning. And that is the majaz. So that is called the istiara. Inshallah, we'll see that in the example as well. Like, for example, calling a brave man a lion because of the similarity in the bravery. So that is istiara. So inshallah, we are going to discuss that as well. Then majaz al-mursal. So what is this? It's a majaz where the relationship, that means alaka, between the original and the new meaning is not similarity. This is what we are going to learn. So in which there is other than, you can say, this is in which the alaka, the relationship between the hakiki meaning and the majazi meaning is something other than the mushabiha, or you can say there is the means there is not the similarity but something else, like you can say the cause, effect, or part or whole. We'll see that as well. Like we see, if we see that, you can take the example as the city is asleep. So a city is asleep means that people are asleep, but we talk about the whole city. So here we like, as I mentioned, that there can be a cause effect, or there is a part and whole relationship. So here we are not actually the city is sleeping, but the people of the city are sleeping. So we can say that that city is asleep. So the people are asleep, but actually we are talking about the whole city. So we'll see that as well in detail. Then we'll have the majaz al-aqli. This is when an action is attributed to the wrongdoer, not to the one who actually did it. So here, when something is not attributed to the person or item to which it is supposed to be attributed, that is majaz al-aqli. So that means, like we can say, the palace built the road. So the workers did it, but it's attributed to the palace, or you can say the higher authority. So we'll see that as well in detail. So here we learn about Majaz al-Lugwi. That Majaz al-Lugwi again has isti'ara and Majaz al-Mursal. Will inshallah go through that in detail. First, we learn that there are two types of, you can say there are two types of the meanings. First one is the Majaz al-Lugwi, then we have Majaz al-Aqli, then Majaz al-Lugwi. We are going to learn about al-Isti'ara and Majaz al-Mursal. Then Majaz al-Mursal and al-Isti'ara, we are going to learn in this that how the actual meaning of Majaz will be used. So Majaz is when a word is not used in its original or the usual meaning, but instead in a different or figurative meaning. So when we are going to talk about al-Isti'ara, we'll see that as mentioned, in Majaz al-Lughwi, we are going to learn about al-Isti'ara and al-Majaz al-Mursal. So al-Isti'ara is a metaphor, or we can say this is when two things are similar and we use the name of one for the other, because there is a similarity, there is a mushabaha. So, as I gave you the example, the student is a lion. Like, we don't mean he is an actual lion, but we mean he is brave like a lion. So we use lion because of the similarity, because of the mushabiha. So that is, we can say, the analogy, and uh, it is a comparison between one thing and another, typically for the purpose of explanation or clarification. And this is the isti'ara. While when there is majaz al mursal, and it is a type of metaphor without the use of the analogy, that means without the use of mushabiha without the use of the similarity. So also it is like it is figurative in use, and this is when we use a word not because of the similarity, but because there is another relationship between the real meaning and the new one. As I already mentioned about one example for like the city is asleep, and like we can you take another example in English, the city drank the flood. So, like cities don't drink, people do. So, but here we can say that the drank means the city was all filled with water, and there is different kind of connection, not just not just the similarity. So, this is Majaz al-Mursal and al-Istiara. In Istiara, we have the similarity, we have the mushabih, we have the analogy that we are going to use. In Majaz al-Mursal, we do not use the similarity, we do not use the mushabiha, we do not use the similarity, but like it will be without the analogy. So this is Majaz al-Mursal and al-Isti'ara. And as we learn about Majaz al-Aqli, that this is the logical Majaz, and this is when an action is attributed to the wrong thing, not to the person or object that really does it. Like you can take an example of like the pen wrote the book. Like pens don't write by themselves, people use them. So figuratively we are using it we attribute the action to the pen for ease or style, or like in a poetic way, or like that. So, majaz is what it means. It is using a word in a new figurative way and not the literal. Istiara is when there is similarity, like metaphor. Majaz mursal, no similarity, but another link, and like there is no analogy, and like it is also used there for broader use. And also majaz alakli, action is linked to the wrongdoer, and that is the logical switch. These are the main, you can say, the wordings that we are going to see when we are going to go deeper into Majaz. So, this is just the introduction to all the terms and their definitions that, inshallah, we will go deeper. So, I'll see you, inshallah, in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.